Technology makes a lot of noise, man.
Fucking stupid.
It makes a lot of noise. The more technology, the more you add, the more noise.
It's very true. In technology, you said something the other night. You're like, we are technologically
Technologically paralyzed.
paralyzed.
Technologically paralyzed. That's what I said. So we're using, we're reaching out to people and we're doing emails and text message, and we have these fancy workflows in a CRM, and the CRM phone number keeps getting flagged and yada yada. And it's like, just pick up the goddamn phone like we used to back when we were kids, and start talking to people. We're seeing that whole evolution in society. People just stop talking to each other. They're not communicating the way we learned how to communicate. You wanted to invite somebody over to your house. You picked up the phone and you called and said, "Hey, is Tommy there? Does he want to come over and play?" Pick up the phone. That's it. We can't give in to technology anymore. It's made it convenient, but it's broken down the ability to really communicate, build relationships, and connect with people. And we have to reestablish that. And the best way is just to pick up the phone and talk to somebody.
Pretty much.
That's it. So, we're here. We had a fun day yesterday.
I'll be honest with you, man. I have nothing to talk about.
Nothing to talk about.
Like, I'm just in my head. I'm like, the fuck am I doing this for right now? I'm like, I appreciate you. If you're listening, you're watching, appreciate you, but I got shit to do. Like, I got shit to do, man. Like and then that's when you said that in the beginning, like, oh, it's noise. Like it is, man. I took a couple of weeks off of LinkedIn as far as engaging. Still had posts scheduled and going out there, and Tom and I have built a fucking machine, and this thing just goes and it spits out content and does this and does that, and we have great people, Precision Edits, that helps us out with everything, and Rich Butler, give a shout out to him, for RageWorks that helps us with our podcast posting on all the other platforms. But dude, it doesn't do dick. It doesn't do shit. I can engage as much as possible, and it moves the meter a little bit, and it's just more noise of people that like are noise makers. And like, that's so true. Really, positive stuff. Fucking worried for this. Great. Good for you. Good for you. You know how to use a bot or do the most bullshit comment ever. You get into the DMs, and it's like, hey man, this is what they say in the DMs. Hey, you're awesome. Is now my turn to pitch you my shit? It's like it's just like everywhere.
Yeah.
Go to a networking meeting, do that. It's like it's all nonsense. All of it's fucking nonsense at the moment. So I'm like, we've worked so hard for years to create content, and it's like, for what point? Whether it's this podcast or those books or the programs we've created, the newsletters we put out, the social media. It's just enough is enough is enough. And I come from a world that I went through this mud already. I went through this mud, different location, meaning different type of mud. It wasn't social media and this and that, but I went through the mud of like, how do I get myself known within a place where I'm sought after enough that people are like, hey man, I need your help. Can you come help me? And I built a financial planning practice that did that. Or let me rephrase that. I built an insurance practice that did that. And then I switched it up, and I built a retirement business that did that. And then I switched it up, and then I built an investment business that did that. And then I switched it up, and I built a financial planning practice that did that. And now I'm over here switching it up. Now, all the other ones, they were compounding on the previous people. It was like, all right, insurance practice and all that. It was like, okay, I could help you with retirement. Okay, I could help you with your investments. Okay, I could help you with your financial planning. Okay, I could help you with your business. So that was like building a pyramid or a waterfall, whichever up or down you want to go. But it was like, okay, I'm using the existing resources to deepen the relationships with those people. With this shit, man, with building this business, it's like, I knew nothing about coaching as far as the business behind it, not the advice given to human beings, but the business behind it. And it's a world full of fucking, and I'm sorry about that word, but hopefully, I was born in 79. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. It's like, just like, what the hell is going on, man? I can't take this.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like, I think about when I was back practicing medicine and working in a private practice, and there wasn't all this noise. You knew the doctor, you knew the practice, and you came to it. And you would talk to other people, "Oh, who do you go to for this and that?" And there was none of this extra nonsense. And social media, I think, is I don't know, I feel like it's done its thing, and now we're waiting for that next thing, but what is that next thing that's going to change it up or make it better? Like, I just don't feel like it gets better. I feel like it gets worse and worse and worse, and you just see, are you going on social media to be entertained? Are you going on to learn? Are you going on to find information? What are you really going on there to do? And, I've been paying a lot of attention. It's my mantra for 2026, or my project, is to read every day. And I'm looking at other things too, like instead of social media, like micro learning. And I was thinking of taking this 28-day challenge on AI and learn all this other new stuff. And like I think that we have to stop being entertained and go back to learning new things, right? And social media, like, if you're not on social media to learn or to gain knowledge from somebody else, or you don't know who to trust, it becomes very, very, very noisy. And like you said, we've created all of this content for what? For what? Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it, but this is why I was so anti social media, and I feel like you're catching up to me here. I
No,
feel
no, it
like
wasn't.
it's
I'm not even talking about the social media itself. I'm talking about the people.
yeah, okay. That's a tougher thing.
The platform's great. I've met amazing people on the
Yep.
platforms. Had great conversations on it. But now it's the people. It's the people on the platforms are screwing it up. The platforms are great.
Mm,
The people that I meet out in the world, man, it's like, what the heck's going on? Unless we carefully curate every single thing, it's like, what?
well, give me an example of some of the people you're talking about, because, like, just like, what is it about the people? Because I like to understand the behavior.
On what side? In person or social media or what?
Social media.
Social
Social
media.
media, start there.
Yeah. So there's a politeness at first, right? It's like,
Right.
"Oh, I want to show you that I am actually truly interested." That's what people will come and do. And whether it's they'll make a comment or they'll DM me, right? It's like, okay. And then you start having a conversation and it never really goes anywhere. And like, there's all these weird things that are being said or these read between the line things. And I'm like, am I supposed to guess what your intention is here? Or are you going to ask me your intention? That's why I said they're just waiting for their turn to be like, can I pitch you now? And if you're here to build a relationship, don't ask me if we can build a relationship. If you're here to, you know, support me, then support me. Don't mail it in. Like, really support me. You just playing the game of social media. Um, it seems like you're doing it for yourself, not for anybody else. So now it's like there's a couple of people that comment on stuff regularly, and I'm just like, there's some people that are I could feel they do it out of obligatory support. Then there's other people, I think they're doing it to hopefully touch some of my audience as I've grown. And then there's very few people that I see that I'm like, okay, this can lead to a conversation, whether it's me helping you or me being interested in what your thought process is here and just having a normal dialogue, or you actually supporting me because you mean it, or you saying, hey man, I'm here because I'd really like your support on my like get to the point. Let's be direct here. Let's be direct.
Right.
You know,
Well,
like,
yeah, such a superficiality
I
in
know
the
I think
social
everybody's
media
playing a
space.
game. That's
Yeah, it is a
what I'm
game.
trying to say is, and I'm sorry if I'm dragging
Yeah,
this
we're
on and
good.
not really being clear about it. No one's fucking serious. Like there's a lack of serious professionalism of I'm here to do work and everyone's playing a damn game. And it's like in life, in person, in on social media and technology and like what there's no why are we playing games here? You're little boys and girls trying to be in the world of the big boys, and now you have a key to the front door and you come in and just screw it all up. Mommy and daddy just clean the whole house. Why is it a fucking disaster now? Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Like, you're messing it up for everybody and stop playing around. And it's like, can we, you know what? I've said this probably thousands of times. You know what someone should invent? Everyone says that. But there needs to be a social media platform that's vetted. Like, are you a professional or not?
Mm, mm.
Like a vetted social media platform. Like, no, no, no. And dude, you could be like, yes, I am here to get business. I'm cool with that. I'm here to get your business. I'm cool with that too. I'm here to ask you if your clients would do business with me. I'm cool with that as well. Can we just say that? Like, can we just say that? Or, hey, man, I'm here because I want to really build relationships because I hope one day something comes out of it, whether you give me business or your clients give me business or you meet somebody on the street that you're like, dude, you got to do business with them. If that's what you're here to do too, great. I'm cool if you just want to be friends. Like, let's set some intentions, be professional, get to the point, stop wasting everybody's time, and man, stop pleasing the game in itself. It's like, shit. And don't use other people. If you wanna do that on your own terms and your own time, fine. It's like,
Right.
God damn it. Why do I gotta be part of your game now? And I don't even know if I'm playing it. Now, we were with somebody in person the other day, and, like, they're telling me the things that they do. We're in a networking meeting. They're telling me all these things they do, and I'm complimenting them. "Oh, that's really great," and I'm like, "Okay, so who do you wanna help?" Like, who is it? We're at a networking meeting, okay? So I'm like, who is it that you're really looking to help? And they couldn't give me an answer. And they went back to like, well, I do this and I do that. And okay, well, who do you do that for? And like, well, I'll do it for those and I'll do it for these and I'll do it for this and I'll do it for that. And I'm like, I think you want my help. Like, I think you're here because, and then they said, oh, it'd be great. I think we can collaborate and stuff. How? And I asked them how. They couldn't really, they gave me an answer that was so out of left field that had nothing to do with anything we were really talking about. I'm like, "Well, what are we doing?" And the conversation with this person, meaning as a human being, forget what they did, I really enjoyed their company. I'm like, "Oh, they're smart. Okay, they're dedicated. Oh, they're a little bit spiritual here." I had a deep moment with them about something as well. Like, "Oh, they're seeking meaningful connection." But they have 0 direction. Like, 0 it's just like doing this thing and if this person just wanted me to come to their all day thing, they could have been like started that, like, "Hey, I have this thing. I'm here tonight, trying to find people who are interested in this, da, da, da." Like, I'm okay with that too. But it was like when I you have to build a relationship in any way, shape, or form. That you can't just come
Yep.
out there and cold call people or smile and dial or spam people or really like be at networking and just ask, 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 ask. But now what I'm saying, and I'm finally clarifying this myself. Thank you, world, for being here where I work my shit out. But I'm I'm understanding it now. It's like, okay, it's like we've gotten past the niceties. Now let's get down to business. And this
Right.
is the problem I'm having. Good. I'm glad I realized. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay.
It's the dance. You don't wanna do the dance. You
No, no,
just
no. I
wanna
don't
get to
want.
the
No, no,
point.
no, no. Let me work this out because I think I'm getting there. I'm sorry. This is
Okay.
the Adam show right now, but
Yeah, it's alright.
what's happening is like, okay, we've done the dance and we've agreed to dance. Forget the
Right.
dancing analogy. We've talked. We've built a relationship. Okay. Now it's like time where you're going to ask, and I've given you that permission. You got to ask now. And if you don't know what you want to ask for, then don't be like, "Oh, that's really cool that you asked, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for this." And let me know. Let me know. Like if that's what you're here for, then be prepared. And that's what I'm saying. You're a little kid. You're not professionalized because you weren't thinking that someone's actually going to give you the opportunity to be like, "Okay, ask. Go ahead. What do you want?" You're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then it goes the other way. And it's like, well, they really aren't here to ask, but I've given that permission. Like, oh my God, is this an opportunity? I never get opportunities. I'm just here to really build relationships and engage with people, whether it's in person or online. And then I give them that opportunity and I pull them off the path of, no, I was just getting to know you, wait, you're at just say like, "Oh, actually, I appreciate you asking. If I ever need anything, I'll let you know. But right now, that's not what I'm here for. It's very nice of you, but I was just here to meet cool people and do cool things." Like, oh my gosh, why can't we, at the point when the permission has been given, be professional in that point? Know what the hell you're doing.
It's whether or not you set the intention and how to get there. People lose their way. They forget why they're doing what they're doing. They don't set the intention when they walk into networking, especially into networking. You're like, "What's going right?" "Oh, I have no idea." Okay. What was your big win?" Like, a lot of people, as much as they go to networking and they wanna sell you something, or they wanna connect with other people, or they wanna really truly build a relationship, they some people are just not comfortable talking about themselves and talking about what they do and talking about who they are because they're not sure because, like you said, they lack direction. I mean, it comes down to they go about these things aimlessly, and that's what I think you mean by, are you a professional? Are you just wandering through your business and your life, or are you really being intentional about everything that you're doing and looking for the opportunities to use that intention or exercise that intention? I think that's a lot of what you just said there. Like, all he had to say is, "I'm here because I need to fill a room in 2 weeks, and I don't have many people. Would you be interested in coming?" "Oh, tell me a little
Or,
bit more about it."
yeah, but what I'm saying is be man enough, not a little kid.
Yeah,
Be
exactly. Be
man enough
serious.
not to, no, hold on. Be man enough to be able to say in that moment when I say, "Who do you work with?" Really not sure. I'm still kind of figuring that out.
Right, be honest about it.
Like that, but that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
It's like, and it's worse online because there's no like body
yeah,
language and one on one. They could just ghost you for a little bit and come back, and it's acceptable. When you're in person, it's like, and you know me, I'm right up on you. I'm like, "What's up? What's going on? How you doing? Let me learn about you. Can I help you?" Because I'm more than willing to do so. I mean, shit, we met. Then that this guy that I'm talking about, we offered a past client of ours to introduce. No follow up from him. None. I said, "Hey, I can give you an $8,000 project right now." No follow up from him. So what were you here for? They said, "Oh, you should come to my event." No follow up from him.
there was none. There's been
None.
none. And
Dude,
we and
you sprinkled in, "You should come to this thing." Finally, at like when we were leaving 2.5 hours later, "Here's my card." Okay. Like, "You should come to my thing." And then like no follow up. And then we said, "We'll give you somebody that will most likely do business. We'll even advocate on your behalf." No follow up. Like, what the fuck? But then I see the same thing online. I see some of that with some of our past clients who are no longer clients because they couldn't just be like, "No, this is what I'm trying to do and I need help with." It's just they were like, "I don't know what I need help with anymore." Well, why'd you spend all that money with us? Or just say, "Dude, the problem is I don't know what I need help with." Okay. Because then they'll make something up. "Well, you know what I really need? I really need to ramp up my funnel and my systems." Like, okay, ramp up your funnel and your systems to do what? I don't know. Good luck working on that project.
exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? I feel like that. This is probably a terrible thing, but like that Truman Show, right? It's like I'm walking around and it's all actors around me, and like they like forgot their line.
Yeah, we're the only ones living a real life that we think is real, but everything around us is fake.
Yeah, and then
Everything around us is
even some
scripted.
people I'm like, "Oh, you're real. You're real." And
Well,
then where'd you go?
yeah,
What'd you do? What happened?
yeah. It's people just don't wanna follow through. Like, he had a perfect opportunity. We coulda given him more business. I was willing to go and talk to the person I haven't spoken to in 6 months, to talk to them to see if they would be interested in connecting with this but sometimes if you're given an opportunity, I wanna see that you want the opportunity. Like, really,
Well,
man.
it definitely wasn't our job to go pay for his thing that he wanted to invite us or call the client and say, "You need to talk to this person." He had 3 opportunities, 2 tickets purchased by us, and then one huge account for him.
Yeah,
But this
because
is my point. It's like you gotta put your big boy pants on and do the rest of the work.
right.
I
And
can't I'm
what people don't realize is it jades us the experience of our experience of you as an individual, and it ruins the opportunities that may be there that you don't even see yet, and that's the thing, like, when people are really open and honest and able to say, "Yeah, I don't know, I'm really struggling with that," or "I don't know, I really haven't thought about that," or "That's a really good question, I never considered that perspective before." Like, those are the things that because you're trying to do something else, be fake or whatever it is, or just go with the dance and play the role or whatever it is, you're missing the opportunity. You're putting on blinders to what the experience really could be all about and where it could actually change your world. Like, I feel like some people that go into events, like one of the clients we picked up, this young guy came into the room, was eager to meet us because he had heard a lot from his friend about how we helped him, and he was just and he was in a state of like, I could really use some support. And he did, and he said all the right things, and he had his head on his shoulders, and he was more serious at 30 years old than this guy at 40, whatever he was, right? Because
54.
he 54. Well, there you go. Okay. So, like, when you do those kind of comparisons and you go, all right, well, there, and we really like this kid. Like, he's 30, he's smart, he's asking the right questions, he knows he needs direction, and he's not, stopping himself from asking. He's willing to ask for the help. And I think sometimes ego gets in the way for a lot of people and they don't want to ask for the help because they want to put on a persona that they're these successful individuals, but what they don't realize is that everyone who's successful failed all the way through and made mistakes and didn't have direction and lost their way, weren't sure about things, and just asked themselves questions and reiterated and started to find their direction. But it's ego. It's really, you're talking about ego. You're talking about people's egos getting in the way of things and destroying opportunities, destroying even their own business. Like, this guy could have he could have invited everybody that was there that night and said, "Listen, I'm really trying to fill up this room. The tickets are this much. I'll give you a 50% discount if you sign up and you come as a favor to me. I would really appreciate it."
He didn't even have to offer the discount, man. He coulda just said what he but that I think we're go it's not just about that one guy, it's the whole thing, and I'm about to sound like a crazy person, and whatever, if I'm crazy, I'm crazy.
We're business owners. That's
This seems
crazy.
like little wackadoo, and for some of you, maybe it makes the total amount of sense what I'm about to say. I feel like something happened. I feel like about 2 weeks before the end of the year, like the middle of December through now, there's some weird, crazy shift in frequency or vibration or something. It seems like everybody and everything is a little bit off, like everything's a little bit off, like everything. The people I interact with when I'm driving my car down the road, like something seems off about the driving, and the only commonality is me, right? So that's the only thing. It's probably me, but I don't know because I'm seeing it outside and I'm seeing it with you, and there's some kind of weird, like something energy or something that's going on that doesn't seem aligned.
Holidays, the holidays were weird. Illness was at a peak that it has not never been at that time of year.
For real?
Right? Like, yeah, flu season, we've had the most cases of flu. Usually, flu season peaks end of February, beginning of March.
Okay.
Usually, it starts around now, but we were peaking. There's been more hospital admissions and flu A diagnosis, especially on Long Island, in the last 3 weeks than ever recorded at this time of year for flu.
Okay.
Right? So there's a lot of illness. So a lot of people are off. Right? There was norovirus, there was flu, there was COVID. There was a lot of stuff flowing around. So there's a lot of dirt in the atmosphere. There's a lot of virus going around and it's affecting people very differently. Like, you and I have both been sick. We've both been exhausted. We've both been it's not like we're not taking care of ourselves. It's we're like just battling whatever this is. I'm still coughing. For this is my second week of coughing,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I've been sick for
get
3
away.
weeks, Tom.
Yeah, I know, and that's
Well, wait,
when
maybe
there's a
maybe whoa, 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 maybe you might have got something. So I've been sick, my wife was sick. Like, her holidays were terrible because of her sickness. Me and my daughter were laughing. The flowers died last night that we got her from the cookie crisis of 2025. because she was sick and trying to make cookies and stressed out and da da da. So we got her flowers. And my daughter and I got to make good on this statement. My daughter and I decided for her this year, every time the flowers are about to die, we're gonna go get her new ones. So there's always beautiful flowers on the kitchen table.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
great.
gotta follow through today on that. But
Go to Trader Joe's. They always have the best flowers.
I don't know where there's one around me. We got the last one we got at Stop and Shop. It lasts like 3 weeks. I'm like, that's pretty good. And
Oh,
there's a
there you
great
go. All
florist,
right.
a
There
beautiful
you
like
go.
mom and pop florist up the block we always go to. They're a
Okay.
little expensive, but they're really nice people. I love
So if they
supporting someone
last,
that's paying taxes in my own town, and
right.
they're just good people. Like they're such good people that I have a curly willow tree in my front yard. It's from the centerpiece of my wedding, and every year I trim it and I call them, and the son comes and picks up a van load of these trees because they use it for their centerpieces, and I charge them nothing. And to their credit, they don't give me any discounts on anything because I do that. Like, meaning,
Wow.
like, good for you. I mean, I would love a discount. Please give me a
Yeah, of
free
course.
basket or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But they don't. They're just like, oh, we appreciate it. They just say thank you, and that thank
Yeah.
you is enough for me. I don't need more than that. But so that's why I continue to support them. I'm like, I know they're real. It's a
Yeah.
family run business. It's a mother, a
That's
son, and a
good.
daughter. I'm like, good for you guys. Anyway, that's not where I'm going. What I'm saying is, everyone has been sick, and maybe what's happening is you and I, because we're not at peak health as we usually are, and it's happening simultaneously to us, maybe we've lost some patience.
Mhm.
And we're just like, we don't have time to tolerate the nonsense anymore, whether it's the
Correct.
client trying to do this thing or the
Right.
type of business we want to do or the communication we're having with some. Maybe we've just lost patience. Like, we don't have capacity to tolerate that kind of nonsense in this
You're
time.
right. Think about it, because when you're sick, you just wanna get through the illness, and you don't have time for bullshit. It's like, "Give me the drug, fix the thing, do that, and let's go. Don't annoy me, I don't wanna talk to you, get to your point." Like, maybe it is that the both of us are not at peak health. It's the energy around it. Everybody that's been around us too there's been some illness or sickness. There was definitely people in that room that were sick and yada, yada, like, yeah, there's a lot of and that is you're right. That is making us see things very differently right now, and seeing that maybe we are losing our patience a little bit because we don't feel great and we're just trying to get through the moment.
All right, you know what? Let's
Alright, what chapter in our book is that, Mr.
So we do
Adam?
have a book. We do have a book. For those of you who didn't know, Tom and I have authored some books. The Atomic Game Changer. We authored this 3 years ago now.
Yeah, 3 years
We
ago.
still use it on a weekly basis, and there's 9 principles to what we have found in the world ourselves, and many people we have coached, and many people we've done business with over 4 decades. Whoops, hang on a second. Uh, is it recording? 3, 2. It's recording again. Someone called me.
Okay.
I have this thing on Do Not Disturb.
And it still comes through, yeah.
It was probably from
Technology.
no, it was probably from Lead Connector, which
Ah,
bypasses this for some
this is
reason. So anyway,
correct. Yep.
and it was probably someone telling me, "You gotta fix your Google listing," and I'm impatient
Yeah,
with you too, Google listing
yeah.
people.
Well, congratulations, you've been
My Google
approved for
listing
a
is
loan.
fine. I got more reviews than most people. By the way, if you guys like this podcast, you know what you could do for us? Go to Atomic Business Coaching on Google and just leave us a review there about it. That is like the most helpful thing you could do. I don't care if you just say awesome podcast, just putting a 5-star rating on there, which we have a 5-star rating, and just saying this podcast is awesome. That helps us out so much you don't even realize it. And we don't ask. We don't sell things on here. We don't ask you guys to do
Oh,
anything. If you really want to help us, Google is what we need help with. Get us some boost on there. So thank you. Anyway, back to
yeah.
the book. I felt like Chris
Yep. What
Williamson there.
principle are we
On in
struggling
other
with?
news. Uh, all right. So these are over the last 4 decades. Tom and I have understood what it takes to be successful, and we've narrowed it down to these 9 core principles of things you need to embrace. And I'll just so like there, it's clarity and surrender. Like surrender your old life and commit to your new life. Be in the zone of genius, which is being in flow, having vitality, which he and I are both lacking right now, meaning your health and your wellness, and productive neglect, meaning like stop with the shiny object syndrome. Just really focus on what you got to do. Grit, we all know what that is. Empowerment, really of others. Harmony, not balance. And then the last one is aggressive patience. So that is the ninth principle, page 119. Let's see. I'm gonna just go like I love to do when we're using this book and go to the end. Ready? Symptoms. I'm just gonna read through it. Okay. Have you ever felt the overwhelming urge to act impulsively without considering the consequences? Have you experienced restlessness that keeps you from sitting still, a constant need to be in motion? Perhaps you've struggled with mounting frustration when things don't go your way or when progress seems excruciatingly slow. Diagnosis. These feelings, along with short term focus that prioritizes immediate results over long term success, are all symptoms of lacking aggressive patience. Antidote. Aggressively patient. This refers to having the perseverance and determination to continue putting in the necessary work towards a goal, even when immediate results are not visible. What does this really mean? Trust the process while actively participating in it.
Trust the process while actively participating in it.
Yeah. And even today, you and I almost didn't trust the process and we
We didn't
tried to
trust the
like
process.
almost
Yep.
today. We almost went off and said, oh, we're not going to trust the process. We're going to go here. And that was like 2 hours of you and I talking, not doing.
Mhm.
But and it was we were both guilty. We were both like, "Maybe there is something." Instead of like, "No, no, no, shh, shh.
Yep.
Let's back here, this thing." And being this all stemmed today from me saying, I moved away from LinkedIn, as far as engaging with it, posts were still there. But I noticed there wasn't a drastic difference. I was still getting DMs, I was still getting comments. Yeah, views went down and the reciprocal comments weren't there. But it's not really that important. It's really not. But what I wanna do is make it really important. I wanna have really good conversations, and I think what I'm learning through this conversation is I just need to actively go reach out, be blunt, go get right to the point and be like, "Hey, you, I'd love to talk to you and find out more about you," or, "Hey, you, I'd love to talk to you because from everything, it seems like I could help you with things, but I don't know if you need help, and I don't know if you want help." And people who are talking to me be like, "Hey, you." I did it on Instagram the other night, actually. I did do this on Instagram because now I'm back on Instagram. Adam Thomas Hurd on Instagram. Go there. It's a new account and see if you want to follow me there. Someone was talking to me and they're like, "Oh, do you edit the videos yourself?" And da da da. I'm like, "No, I have a full team. I love them. I'm sure you want to ask about doing my business." And like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No offense, but I have such a great relationship with them. I love what they do." They're like, "What metrics do you measure?" I'm like, "It really doesn't matter about the metrics for me." I'm like, "It's a different thing." And I'm really appreciative of it. But I told him, I'm like, "But hey, don't let this discourage you. Keep reaching out to people. There are so many people that don't have what I have that you may need." And he said, "Thank you." He's like, "I appreciate that, man." He's like, "If anything ever changes, don't hesitate to reach out to me." I'm like, "You know what? I would because you're being real with me right now."
Right.
And he
That
said
was
at
a
the
real
end,
conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he gave me one thing at the end. He said, "Well, here's the thing. You're probably paying more than us, not because it's different value." He's like, "We're just in Pakistan and we don't need to for us to pay our bills isn't a lot." He was very honest. And I'm like, "Hey, no problem, man." And here's what I said to him at the end. I can't pull it up to my phone, but I'm almost in tears thinking about it. I said, "Here's the thing. If you keep doing the quality, because he showed me some of his work, it was good. If you keep doing the quality of work, you'll get quality people to pay you quality money for it. Don't discount yourself."
The
Like,
best advice you could give.
but it was a good conversation. It was real. We both kind of
Yeah.
got to the point. I gave him permission. He took it. We did the thing. We had the conversation, and it moved to its natural end.
Yep. Well, there was a mutual respect there. He respected that we were happy with who we're with, and he recognized I'm not gonna sell these people, and I just wanna be genuine. Be like, "All right, great. Listen, if you want." Like, that's what it needs to be about. Like, we tell people all the time, "If we're not a good fit for you, don't work with us." We have to be a good fit. You have to jive with us if you wanna follow our system and yeah, like, but that's the thing. Like, we tell people all the time, "Yeah, go talk to other coaches. We don't care." Right? Even that guy we met at the networking event who was trying to get people to his event, he's like, "We're in the same lane. We do the same kind of things." And we both turned around and said, "Yeah, but it's about collaboration. It's about there's enough for everybody out there." And if more people were just honest like that, it would be a better place, and that was the experience that you had. That's awesome. I'm glad you had that was great. That was really good. But
So I think what I'm learning from today is
we
I
gotta
gotta
trust the
understand
process, though.
what.
We gotta trust the process, though, and recognize that all of these people, however you called them before, they're in our world. They come into our world for a reason, and we have to recognize that we're being tested to trust the process. We have to recognize that.
Yeah, trust the process. You gotta understand when we're not at the top of our mental or physical game, we're gonna lose patience and to try to have it. And that even we need to maybe be a little bit more direct and just like, yes, you can have the niceties at first. You can have the small talk, and then it's like, okay, but let's get to the point now. Almost every one of our coaching calls, which are about an hour long, they're 45 minutes to an hour, except the board meetings, those are multiple hours. But almost all of our coaching calls don't just start with like, "Hey, all right, so here's what we're doing. Here's what," it's like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going?" And we get into that, and there's usually somewhere between 3 minutes and 7 minutes in. We're like, "All right, so what we're talking about today," but there's always the pleasantries in the beginning, and that is, I am totally okay with that, especially for someone you've never met, and especially on social media. But then eventually, we got to get to the point. So, hey, if you're out there, Adam Thomas Hurd on LinkedIn or Instagram, and you want to DM me, you certainly could ask me how I'm doing or watch the you could do some nice stuff. But if you want to sell me something or you want to buy something or you need help connecting with someone, just let's get to the point, you know?
Good point. All right. See, we had stuff to talk about.
Maybe not podcast worthy, but we have stuff to talk about.
Stuff to talk about.
We'll see.
Hey, keeps it real,
What
man.
is this? Is this episode 150? I think this is episode 150.
I think it is. I
I
think it
think so.
is.
Episode
Think
150.
so.
We're recounting because we switched over the podcast again, but
Yeah. But
all
this
right, man.
is 3 years. All right, man.
See you.
See you next time.